Atlanta Humane Society has been around since 1873. We began when Robert E. Lee himself came through our city. And he was appalled at the treatment that he saw, namely carriage horses and cart horses receiving, because Atlanta apparently back in the late 1870s or early 1870s was not as temperate a climate as it is now in the wintertime. So apparently it got snowy and icy in the wintertime, and carriage horses, cart horses were falling on the streets trying to, you know, pull their loads, and they were falling and unfortunately having to be shot because they had broken their legs. So he was really upset by this because he was a big horse lover. So he got this group of people together, city leaders and whatnot. It was probably about 5 people in the beginning, and they became the Atlanta Humane Society, and they became dedicated to helping make animals' lives better. But also, what was lacking back then was that women and children did not have any laws really protecting them as well. So in actuality, the beginning of the humane movement was about helping women, children, and animals. And it began actually in New York City. This is the Atlanta Humane Society is not the oldest shelter in the country. We're one of the oldest. We're the oldest in the Southeast. But the actual humane movement and the first animal shelter opened in New York City. That's the ASPCA in New York, and they're still open. They're a shelter, and they're the oldest, I believe, the oldest humane society in the country. So they kind of started it. But when we started doing that here, we were helping women, children, and animals. Now, as the laws changed over the years to help women and children, you know, we kind of dropped that from our official mission of what we do. We still help women and children, obviously, just not in the same way that we did back before there were laws protecting them. And unfortunately, the laws protecting animals have not come as far, so we're still in the business of protecting animals. The Atlanta Humane Society has been a part of the Atlanta community for almost 140 years, and so anything that you do to help us here is certainly giving back to that community. We don't have any time limits on an animal's stay here. So once an animal comes in and goes up for adoption, it can stay as long as it takes to find a home. The Howell Mill facility has been at its location on Howell Mill Road since the 50s, and it was on Marietta Street before that, and it actually started way back after the Civil War. So, so we've been around a long time. All right.